Ruby basics, loops, module, break, and next. So break. So this is break, and this is next. And break terminates the most internal loop, which is this block of code here. And next jumps to the next iteration of the most internal loop. In this case, this one. And these two blocks are pretty much the same. Then we got four. The two for blocks are pretty much identical except for these two differences: greater than and less than, and break and next. So so here we've got the same range, and this range for I is going through 0 to 5. If I is greater than 2, then break, it'll exit, right? It'll stop. If I is less than 2, then next, right? So this one's gonna like do something entirely different than the first one. It looks like this one's going to actually like not print stuff until I is actually greater than 2. But let's see. Okay, so then it'll either break or it'll move to next, and for each one, it will output some result. So let's do Command R and see what happens. Okay, so here we've got break, 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 break. We got 3 breaks, and the variable I is going to 0, 1, and 2. So we've got, remember this is a range, so it's doing this 5 times, right? But since I is going to be greater than 2 at a certain point, once it hits that, it stops the program from running. It stops the machinery, right? So we got 0, 1, 2, and at that point, the next time it does 3, so now it stops. So, yep. So now on to this next chunk of code here. See, I for the next range. So I is, so at 0, I is less than 2, then it's going to go to next. It doesn't print anything, right? Because I is not greater than 2 yet. So now when I is 1, and it's going to do the same thing. It's less than 2, so it goes to next. It hits next before it hits this puts, and it hits next again before it hits the puts. And then when it's 2, finally it says, oh, okay, I now have a 2, so now I can do a print. So or puts, right? So now I do a puts, and 2, 3, 4, 5 get outputted to the output to send it out. And that's it for breaking next. Okay, so go forth into the labs and check out the instructions there and the challenge that's awaiting you, and see you in the next module.